Hi beautiful souls and welcome back. Now for some reason this video just doesn't want to get filmed. I don't know what's going on. I think this is my fifth try. Something happens that I have to stop, and instead of pause I hit stop. I have to do it all over again, or my brain just freezes and I said something like 10,000 times, but for some reason I just can't remember it in the second, and I'm just gonna start again. I'm honestly really hoping I'm gonna do it this time. If I do make it, I'm not deleting this. This is gonna stay, so you really know that I am determined to film this video because I do think it's important. I got so many questions from so many of you, and I know some of you really are expecting this, and maybe if someone isn't, but they're gonna hit this and they're gonna maybe hear something that they haven't till now. Oh my god, let's do this. Okay, so today is a video about meditation, about all the essential things about it. Again, what I feel that it is, meditation, and how you should, what your body's supposed to be positioned as, what the myths are. Everyone keeps saying, maybe we're controlling your thoughts. Is that really true? Stuff like that. So stay tuned. Now, first thing that you need to know, and even though I've used the term controlling your thoughts, it's not true. So meditation isn't used so you can control your thoughts. It's used to be present. It's used to be aware in the moment, of that moment. It's used to, when your thought comes, and thoughts are gonna come, to get rid of it, to be aware of it so you can decide not to participate in it. Now I'm gonna explain that a bit more. So when you meditate, again, one of the myths are that you're not gonna have any thoughts. Everyone has thoughts in their heads. What meditation does is that you catch your thought when it happens. I'll give an example. Let's say partner does something and you get upset. Now, if you aren't aware of what's going on, and if you let your brain take over, you may shout at him or her, tell him, or again her, some things that you really didn't want to say, some negative stuff, some offensive stuff. You may slam the door, you may break some dishes, you may walk outside, shout, yell, scream, tear things apart. And then after everything, is over, you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And, by then it's, I think we will all agree it's a bit too late. Now, when you meditate, in time, you're gonna catch your thought as it occurs. What I mean is, again, your partner gets you upset. You're like, then you start and you're like, no, I don't want to act like this. In time, you're gonna feel so good, that when that negative part comes and when you're aware of it, you're like, I don't want to feel this way. Why would I? If I say something offensive and I don't want to do it, why would I? It's not about approving stuff. Of course, you're not here to approve someone's behavior if it's not good. But you can have a different approach. You can say, listen, I don't like the way you're treating me now. I really feel that, maybe there's some other way of doing it, etc, etc, etc. So you're not going shouting, screaming, yelling, ripping, whatnot, because you were there. You were aware of it as it occurred. And then you decided whether you're going to continue to do that or you're not. And I think it's so, sometimes it actually, you maybe even need other people to tell you your differences before you even see them yourself. But because I've heard of other people, but in my case, I actually saw them myself. I felt it. I was aware of it. Maybe before I would. And one other thing, I know when I was younger, if I were in a relationship or something, if another person did something wrong, I wouldn't say maybe anything. and in tons of cases I wouldn't mention anything, and then it would all build up and build up and build up and build up, and it would happen maybe something that it wasn't even, you know, that big of a deal, but I would just burst because I didn't know how to handle it. I wasn't open, I wasn't honest. And I think when you're aware more of yourself, when you're you know, working on yourself in time, you don't really care about what other people think, and you know who you are, and then you're not actually afraid of sharing that. And it's up, you know, upon other person whether they're gonna accept you being honest or not. Now, when I say honest, I mean honest, because some people are mean and they say that's honesty. Those are really, really two different things. So now, if someone does something that I actually don't agree with, and it's my loved one, especially if it's my partner, I share that. I don't share it in a bad way. I don't scream. I don't shout. Although I did have, I think, 2-3 times, not recently, but when I actually had that. But, you know, now that I'm meditating every day, and, you know, you're just more aware of what's going on, and those things really fade away. And I'm honestly not really, can't even say afraid, whatever the word you want to use, but I'm just going to share what I think, because even in a relationship, if you're not open, if you're not honest, if some person does something, if you don't say that you don't like that, they won't know. And I think this is, you know, rarely who is a mind reader these days. I'm not, but I mean, I can detect vibration and stuff, but I don't know what you feel, and, you know, other things. So yeah, and honestly, I love meditation now. So back to it. Okay. Meditation is also for you to relax. Now, if you're thinking about paying bills, what you're gonna cook, about your job, about someone that did something to you wrong, about anything, isn't it just good to have the time for yourself when you actually don't need to do anything? When you don't need to think about anything, where you can just sit and relax and focus on yourself. Now, I think this nowadays, really, really rarely who takes time for themselves. If they do, they maybe turn on the TV, but that's actually not that you do something for yourself. Maybe it's your, you know, the pleasure for you that you're enjoying. But what I'm on about is, you know, get in touch with yourself. Ask yourself some maybe questions. Do I like am I happy? And I think that's the main question that maybe you should ask yourself daily if you can. Am I happy? If I am, good. Can I improve on some things? If I'm not, okay, what can I change? What can I do? Is there anything that I can do? And I think even meditation is just one part of it, where you can just sit down, relax. You're already going to feel so much better. You're already going to be, vibration is going to go higher. You're going to attract more things that are good for you. So I can't really say how much meditation is good, and I think all the people that have been meditating for so long and are enjoying it really, really now understand why it is the way it is, and I'm one of them. I didn't get it in the beginning. Although I was meditating, I didn't really, you know, get it. I was forcing myself to meditate. Not forcing, never forced yourself to do anything, but I was always taking that situation in positive aspects. So I wasn't there like, I must have no thoughts, I must do this, I must do that. But I was like, okay, if I do this, if I sit down, I'll, you know, in some ways win. Because this is a habit that you need to develop. So if you say, body, we're gonna sit down, and preferably just sit down in, as if you want to watch TV. You can sit on the couch, put some pillows, your palms should go up, just put them in your lap, or put them like this on your thighs, whatever. Just sit down in relaxed position, your back straight. Again, put some pillows, cushions, whatever you want. Just be relaxed. You don't need to be in a lotus position. You don't need to do this. You don't need to, I don't know, some people stand on one leg. I don't think I'll ever do that unless I'm doing yoga, but you know. But just for basic meditation, just sit there. If the thought comes, if you can't catch it, it's fine. They actually say when your thoughts wander in like that stillness sitting position where there's no sounds, nothing around you that's gonna distract you, you're actually gonna rest more and be rested than if you did anything else, even including sleeping. So if you sit there for 10 minutes and if you can't even if you can't even be aware of what's going on, if you can't even catch your thought, if your mind and your thoughts just wander around, even then you're going to be more rested. Again, this is, you have all the science evidences and whatnot online. You can Google them, search for them. It's all there. So what actually can you lose? You can be rested. So if you catch yourself doing that, focus. Everyone says focus on your breathing. Even I can say, because I think it's the most common thing that anyone can do. Now recently, again, maybe eventually you'll get this, but in one moment you're gonna hear silence. I've had this. If you hear like, it's not buzzing, but something a bit strange, I don't know how to describe it, and you know, hopefully you'll get to this one day. I focus on that now, and I know, you know, as soon as I sit down, you know, everything is silent and I can actually hear the silence here. Again, people who have experienced this, they're like, yeah, I did that too. I know, I can hear silence. In the beginning, you're like, what is she talking about? But again, so I focus on that now. In the beginning, it was breathing, and maybe sometimes I'll start with, you know, focus on my breathing. It's really easy to do. Again, if it's not easy in the beginning, just don't give up. Just focus on that. Let your attention go to inhale, exhale. Now, when you exhale, that should be more longer than when you're inhaling. And every single time you exhale, just feel your body relax even more. Always try to relax your shoulders. All the tension, all the stress, builds up here. So when you sit down, when you try to meditate, just relax them. And I don't know if you're like maybe like this, try to just relax your shoulders. I think if you're like this, you're already gonna feel better. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm not gonna give up on this video. So I don't know where was I, but I'm just gonna continue. Anyway, wherever I start. So you should know first, you don't control your thoughts. You are gonna be aware in the moment. You're gonna try and catch your thoughts, and if not, just let the thoughts wander around, and when you're aware of them, breathe, inhale, exhale, relax your shoulders. Now, you should be relaxed as much as possible. If your breathing is not really something that you can focus on lightly, you can even I did this in the beginning, focus on every part of your body. I'll give an example. So, sit down, inhale. Let's focus on your feet. When you exhale, just really, you know, feel how your feet are being relaxed. Then you go up. Calves. Okay, I'm gonna inhale, and when I exhale, my calves feel more relaxed. And then you go up and up and up. Knees, thighs, tummy, back, shoulders, hands. You can go even fingers. You can start even from your toes. It's really good thing. For me, it really was. And then you relaxed, you know, parts of your body. And then in the end, you're just all relaxed. If you choose to do that, don't forget your heads, your nose, cheeks, mouth, chin. Every single part of you, just relax. When you exhale, just feel that part relax. And honestly, I found this so good. If you have any issues with falling asleep in the evening, this is perfect, honestly, because you start relaxing every single part of your body until you're really relaxed, and then you just, even maybe halfway through, you're just gonna, because you are relaxed. You don't think about, you know, things that you need to do because you're focused on being relaxed. I know I said this too many times, but I don't care. It's better to say relax, relax, relax than stress and stuff like that. So, oh my god, I'm really trying not to say too much because I don't want to scare you or anything. But then I don't want to leave something out that maybe it's gonna help you. So, I think I'm actually gonna stop here, just because this is the beginning. So that's, I think, pretty much it. And I don't care. I'm gonna finish it here. If you have any questions, because there are gonna be more videos about this. Again, this is only, the beginning stage. If you don't know anything about it, what it is, honestly, it's not nothing that it's, that you need years of practice, that whatnot. Eventually, and I'm gonna say this, your focus on your breathing or your silence or whatever it may be, it is gonna prolong the periods where you're not gonna think. And I think, I don't know if you're aware of this, whenever we talk, when we finish a sentence, before we start another, there's this little gap of silence. And that gap of silence is where we should focus on. And that is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as well. So you are eventually going to have longer periods of no thoughts, but don't think you're ever going to get rid of them, because we came here with, knowing that we're going to have ego, our body and our soul. So that's all okay. Everyone has thoughts. We should have thoughts, but it's how are they serving us? Are we going to participate in them? Because stress mode, what it actually really means is the mode to run or flight. So if, tiger comes in front of you, that's what stress is. So everything goes to your hands, your legs, if you need to fight or if you need to run away. You don't want to live like that every single day of your life. You don't need to. Honestly, you don't need to. Our bodies weren't designed to do that all the way through. And I think, if anything, you should choose meditation if you want to relax your body, not to be in that state. You honestly don't deserve a life where all you are is stressed. I know why. It's not like someone told us this when we were born and, no one shared this with us, but you honestly don't need to be stressed out every day, even at all in your life. And I think, they're like, well, why, this person, how do you think that? Well, that person upset me and, I am stressed. Yeah, but if you're stressed because you haven't practiced anything else, and you maybe were raised in that kind of environment where you thought you have to be upset. You don't. Then some other things, people are like, well, I am stressed out and I worry because I care. You can care without being stressed out. What about if you care about a certain person, and rather than thinking that something bad is going to happen to them, why don't you send good stuff? And you're like, I really, really, really wish for you that something good happens to you. Again, don't think that I have this, and I think as a mom and as a parent, if anyone has bad thoughts about their kids, it's a parent. But it's about, again, moving those thoughts away. I'm not going to participate in you. I want to send her good vibes, good stuff. I'm still working on myself. Don't forget that this is just the beginning of my journey. This isn't, me mastering anything. I'm taking you, along with me. But I have reached that stage where I actually understand a little bit more about vibrations, about me getting upset isn't honestly going to help anyone. Unless you're facing the tiger or so, unless you're that type of situation, honestly, your body and you don't need to be stressed out. And again, meditation is going to help you with that. Just sit down, chillax, relax, take it easy. Now, another thing I just want to mention, and then we're going to go, because, if you can't do this in silence, my daughter is talking like, if you can't do it in silence, there are guided meditations. Now, guided meditations are usually there's some instrumental music in the background and people are telling you what to do. If you can't focus on your toes, fingers, legs, tummy and stuff like that, you actually have guided meditations that people do that and they guide you. Basically, it's called guided meditations. And I started with them in the beginning. Again, I started laying down, but then once I just decided to sit up, to do it in silence, and oh my god, what a difference. I just can't. You're so much aware, everything is just so much better. Again, if you can't do it sitting down in silence, you can start doing that, because that's what I did. It helped me out because my brain was all over the place. I couldn't focus on anything, God forbid, and I could stay in guided meditations for 20-30 minutes. You have guided meditations for anything. So if you want to start with that, start with anything. Just start, even if it's for 10 seconds. Just start and don't give up. Even if you skip a month, I've been there. Even if you skip a month, don't matter. In a month, come back. Just keep on going. Okay. This is it. I'm gonna honestly stop here because it's been over 21 minutes and I think even that is long. I love you all so much. Thank you for everything, all of your subscribed, pressings, likes, views, everything. I love you all. Mwah. See you soon. Bye.